Your crown is frizzy, your nape is curly, and the front parts just won't curl like the rest of your hair. You're not alone, and your hair is not being difficult. You just might have multiple curl patterns on your head. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how to manage different curl patterns on your head without losing your mind and spending hours on wash day. Hey curlies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kiki, and over here we do all things curly hair tips and styling. Today's video is all about how to manage different curl types on your hair, because I know this can be a huge problem amongst the curl community, and personally I deal with it. At the moment I've got 3B hair, 3C hair and 4A hair all on my head, and not only that, some of it is different porosities. First off, let's talk about why this happens. Most people generally don't just have one unified curl pattern throughout the hair. This is genetic, there's nothing we can do to stop it. We are just literally born with multiple different curl patterns. However, some of this can be down to how we treat our hair and how we manipulate our hair. For example, if we put heat on our hair, that can change the structure of our curl pattern. If we manipulate our hair, if we pull it back into a pony, that could also change the structure of our curl pattern. And even how you sleep can affect your curl behavior. It's often that we see quite loose hair in the back here and like round the sides, and then the crown area here is usually quite thick and dense, and that's how it is for me personally. And then my front area seems to just be like sort of stretched out, wavy, curly parts of hair, because this is the part that gets dragged back into the ponytail. So I'm going to break down some steps of how to manage different curl patterns on your head. When you are doing wash day, treat each section as needed. Choose products that work for your tightest curl pattern or your driest curl pattern. If part of your hair responds better to the raking method with your hands, maybe you need to put some gel more towards the root to define it, then you need to just style that section a little bit differently. Get a gel that you know is going to define that part and the rest of your hair, because using multiple different products can be overwhelming, and honestly, ain't nobody got time for that. Make sure you are layering products with intention. So if you use the LCO method, you're leaving your cream, your oil, you know your hair responds to that. Make sure you are doing that with intention in smaller sections. If you have denser hair, you're going to want to do smaller sections to make your styles last a lot longer, as opposed to someone who maybe has finer or thinner hair who can manage with just sectioning their hair into 4. Define curls as they need to be defined. One area of your hair might need raking, and then one area might need finger coiling. For example, my hair, when I focus on the crown, that part really needs a lot of raking. Product needs to be closer to the root, whereas the front part, because it's kind of wavier and looser, I need to finger coil that part to get a uniformed curl. So just be mindful of the different curls on your head, where they lie, and what techniques you can actually do to get the best kind of outcome possible for your hair. The next tip I'm going to give you on styling is make sure you are trimming your hair on a regular basis. This can impact your curl pattern as well. Often we see hair that is damaged towards the ends, and then the root is a lot curlier than the ends, and we have two different curl patterns going on. Trimming that damage off is going to make sure that your hair is eventually all one curl pattern. For the ones who have different curl patterns in different areas, trimming is still going to be beneficial in order to get rid of any split ends, any dead ends. Make sure your hair is healthy all the way around, and make sure it is even all the way around. Sometimes if you maybe get a curly haircut, your areas that are tighter are going to spring up more, and your areas that are looser are going to drop down more. Especially if you kind of wear it in a stretch style, you're going to see the impact of that. So I would advise getting a cut on blown out hair for this reason, especially if you do have different curl patterns on your head. Ways in which that you might want to style your hair in order to see a little bit more of a uniformed curl pattern can be braids and twists. Protective styles often give you a more uniformed look if you do each section equally, and that can give you a nice outcome overall if you're someone who wants to opt for a more uniformed curl pattern. And another thing you can do is, if you are wearing a wash and go, you can definitely stretch your wash and goes using cool or kind of warm-ish air on the areas that are shrinking up a little bit more than the areas that are looser. When you're doing this, make sure you stretch from the root and not the ends so much, because if you end up stretching the ends, you're going to end up pulling out the curl pattern anyway. So just go in with the roots, quite low tension, blow dryer there, and try and just pull out the sections that you need to stretch to give you a little bit more of a consistent look. Having multiple curl patterns isn't something negative that you need to be worried about. It's absolutely normal. We all just need to get our heads around how we treat the different areas and how we can manage them accordingly. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if this one's helped you in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.